Welcome. Hello, everyone. There we go. We are here. We are rocking it. Hello, hello. Good morning. Whew. So, Metaraya, the feminine of the full light spectrum. We're going to be tapping in. What I want for you to sync with and relate to it through is that of the matrix, the pure light matrix. So that is what we are tapping into today, what we're playing with and integrating, right? Like creating neural circuitry within ourselves to integrate what the full light spectrum of the Metaraya is. You've all played with it with me in the past, whenever we're doing DNA work and that sort of thing. And we're going to go deeper into that today. So with that, let's get started. We're going to stay tight on timing. Today, we're going to call it in the next just over 20 minutes, wrap by 9. So with that, go ahead and roll your shoulder, close the eyes, wiggle the toes, lick the lips, relax the jaw, rolling it from side to side, twist through the center, turning from the left and to the right, rotating. All right. Go ahead and now feel into the room, into the environment. Going in a sight scan. So envisioning sounds around you, color. Notice what color pops into your mind. Imagery. Go ahead and activate the sun here, your light link. Allowing the sun to become the image that you're focusing on. And find the emotion. Find the emotion that's presenting itself. So you imagine the sun stepping outside. Let all of them bubble up and through. Again, moving the body as you need to. We're going to get that life force energy to rise up in just a moment. But as it does, it's got to get through the emotion first. So just envisioning that sun burning through the emotions, through the density, as you start to feel that golden light shimmering down and pouring down through you. And any thoughts as the emotions percolate and pop through like popcorn. I always like to think of the thoughts like clouds passing across the sun. And sensation. Beautiful. Using sensation to guide us into our feet before we take that first step into our meditation today. Stepping out, the sensation of either the grass or the beach, maybe some cozy shoes, maybe a cold marble floor. Breathing in and out. Beautiful. All right. Go ahead and as we begin our journey today, cycling the breath, envisioning yourself standing outside of the front porch, outside of your front door, in the sunshine, feeling the wind whipping past you. Your hair blowing in the breeze, your clothes blowing in the breeze. The winds of change, the winds of transformation. As you feel that sun, allowing the sun to come deeper into your mind, activating the star link, feeling your inner consciousness like a light bulb being turned on. So instead of gazing at the sun, it's so bright inside your inner mind, you can't help but be here and be present to even the most subtle shifts and nuances in the room and in the moment. As we call forward the Metaraya today, Metatron, I want to have you envision with this intention being set for the Metaraya in the matrix that you are stepping off your front staircase onto another set of stairs, or if you've been imagining at the beach, the ocean, maybe it's a flight of stairs down into the waters, winding down into a pool. Let's go ahead and use that imagery. I'm going to count from 10 backwards down into the pool. Stepping down the first step, imagining that metal railing support you going down and in. And the next, now about shin deep. And the next step, knee deep. And the fourth step, we actually drop waist deep. And on the fifth step, we take the plunge. We actually sink down and into the water. Pausing for a moment before we submerge our heads. And on the sixth step, we kind of slide down under the water. And before us is no longer a modern pool, but an ancient staircase, as though we found an ancient civilization beneath the ocean's surface. As you find this, maybe you imagine swimming, maybe you can envision yourself being able to step down underwater. Down the sixth, down the seventh, going deeper, and the ancientness with all the weeds and the sea life and the disintegration, if you will, of this ancient city goes back in time. It's like we see it as very old, like a shipwreck. But the deeper we go down to the eighth step, the new dimension births itself, or this ancient dimension begins to birth itself. It comes into form, becomes less old, a little more colorful. Down the ninth step, and then finally we reach the 10th, dropping all the way down, feeling your body totally relaxed, just following the sounds of my voice as you breathe in and out, rolling your neck, rolling your ankles as needed, letting your body melt into the room and the environment around your physical space as you seemingly launch off of this lower step out of your physical body and into the dimensional realm of being just a light being. Maybe you appear to yourself as holographic. Maybe the waters disappear. You're able to stand on a floor, much like a temple floor, but this is much more grid-like, meaning it's expansive. This floor, this surface extends as far as the eye can see, maybe checkered even in its nature. You feel yourself as this light being. And as we allow the floor to come into shape and into focus, you see through your arms, silvery in their light, almost holographic. As you sync with the floor, it takes on the nature of light, as though the black and white checkers, like a dance floor, become clear and illuminated, as though it's a glowing dance floor, stretched out before you as far as the eye can see. And if you sense that you're in a ballroom and there are walls, allow those to come down. It's a specific dimensional space, envisioning the walls to come down as well. And allowing also the checkered nature of the floor and the solidness of it to be released. And the light web beneath it to be surfaced, as though we've just peeled back the checkered dance floor being the shell, and we've just peeled back a layer, peeled the shell, and underneath its surface now, it's as though we're standing on an web of woven, intricate light. And it maybe even looks like you're suddenly holographically shifted, as though you're standing on the web. But if we were to come back and be the observer, we would see you standing on the top of a ball. But beneath your feet are these threads, as though we're on a ball of yarn, but the threads are much more gossamer in nature. And they are stitched together. And as you walk, it's as though you can walk around the surface of this ball, noticing that it actually is more the shape of an egg than it is a ball of yarn. Breathing in and out. Somewhere amidst the top of this ball of yarn shaped like an egg, as you're exploring it, you can look down at your feet and see the different layers, much like walking, not just on a web, but like on a trampoline kind of energy, right? Like you can see the mesh beneath your feet. There is buoyancy to it. In particular, we're looking for a certain thread for us to pull on. Go ahead and pull on that thread now. This is holographically shifting again. You now holding this ball of gossamer thread, rainbow in its color, all wound together. And as you pull on it, it begins to unravel. A lot of different dimensional elements. You could see it as though you've dropped it and allowed it to roll out across the field. Or you can see it pooled next to you. And in its core, in its center, is a golden egg. Inside of that golden egg is a gem, a diamond, sapphire, an emerald, a ruby. I saw a diamond first, but if you see something else, that's okay. As you hold this diamond in your hand, you recognize that it is the blueprint, the Metaraya, the matrix, the seed that becomes the ecosystem So holding this gem in your hand, I want to have you bring it into your heart. And as you plant it in the seed of your heart, you feel it dropping in to just below your rib cage. So we've dropped a penny into the well. And taking a moment to even listen for the plunk, the splash that it may make. Again, breathing in and out. You allow yourself now to follow the consciousness of that diamond drop down into the well. And as you go deeper and deeper into the well, you notice those threads again, those gossamer threads now making up the channel, making up the well, the infrastructure of the well, woven together like fiber optic cable, enshrouded in gold and silver primarily. So as you drop deeper into the well, you see the nature of the threads, you see the silver. And as you call upon your life force energy and your source, because all wells have an activation, they have something that we are extracting, right? Typically water, typically the life force energy, if it's the soul dimension. Having dropped this diamond in, it's like dropping a Alka-Seltzer tab into the glass, right? Like it starts to fizz and it starts to pop, starts to intune your entire matrix within your body and system, the frequency of your blueprint. And much like the medicine that we would drink down if we had a cold or a flu, so too does this diamond ray start to infuse itself into the life force energy, upgrading its frequency, acting like a medicine. And through your body, without understanding where or how or dimensionally jumping into the body, you can begin to feel this medicine as the life force energy begins to pump its way into your system, up your spine, up and through the well beginning to be filled with the waters of the truth of who you are. And in so doing, those waters rise and those threads begin to become infused with this medicine of light and pure flame love. Feeling it rising, coming physically into the body, feeling the sensation coming through your feet, through your knees, feeling it coming through your nervous system. For the mind to feel the feet has to shift focus there, has to trigger a nerve. Go ahead and imagine these nerves igniting as you trace from the tips of your toes, through the feet, through the ankles, up the shins, through the calves, through the knee, swirling around at the knee. The knees are like a vortex. Up through the thigh, around the back of the thigh, and the front of the thigh, and coming to the hips, tracing the nervous system and the matrix of communication through the hips, into the sitting bones up the spine, into the abdomen, through the kidneys, through the belly, through the liver, through the stomach, into the diaphragm and the lungs, through the back of the shoulder blades and the heart, and into the heart, our primary hub, matrix of communication, from the heart into the throat, our secondary mechanism for expressing what's happening within the matrix communication, out to the fingers and the hands, and up through the mind, feeling the nervous system igniting in all of these different centers and all the centers not named. Your ability, whether you envision this or just are following the sensation moving through your body, your ability to sense this is a gift. It is unique unto you and unto humanity at this time. Whether you recognize it or not, you're an avatar forging new path in consciousness, because for the longest time, humanity could not sense or perceive, as I've heard it spoken, any further than the blade of the scalpel, right? We could see the physical, we could see the Isis, we could see the body through the mind of reason, but we couldn't see through the soul, the mind of the intuition. And yet here we are, looking at these layers of the matrix within your body, the different systems that are in the physical space, and in a moment, the soul's connection point deep within the well. As we were playing there, the bottom of the well, where we envision that diamond acting like the Alka-Seltzer tab and the pop, pop, fizz, fizz of that medicine coming through, creating new layers and dimensions, circuitry for the mind to read and observe. And now coming into the DNA, back to the ribbons, the threads of light streaming through your body, making up the well, the walls to the well. I want to have you come all the way to the center of the mind, where we turned the sun on, drawing it from the outside to the inside. So the light bulb is illuminated into that white room, allowing your inner vision to completely flood out as you breathe in and out. And now within the white room, calling upon the command center and seeing the threads of that yarn stitched in as though you're standing on the web. You're sitting upon the web, and you can, like the spider, that can sense the slightest tingle of movement anywhere. So too can you on this, as you sit on this rainbowy gossamer web, and sense your own matrix. You can sense movement. You can sense where the lights or the colors are maybe faded and ready to be reconnected. If we envision this like the spider's web, sometimes one side gets knocked loose. You can sense where the web needs to be reconnected. Our webs have been woven, the matrix has been woven from a spiritual sense in a field of energy that has been in the process of disintegrating for many years now. And the disintegration will continue to happen. And there will be times when the web gets knocked out and needs to be reconnected. But there will also be times when the home in which, the field in which, in the physical realm, the web is upgraded to, right? We have different layers, different stages, like floors on a building, different aspects of the energy body. I want to have you feel that life force energy now infusing itself into the web. Is that medicine of the diamond ray is rising up. And if each thread were actually like a fiber optic, that life force energy begins to pump through the web that you're sitting on. Energy running through the circuitry. And allowing it to be the medicine that is needed to help you continue to weave this incredible web. Feeling the waters of creation that we stepped into through the pool and down into the ancient time, carrying forward the lineage of the pure flame and where and how we were originally conceived. And feeling within this room the tide going out and a new fuel, a new layer of life force energy that gets to pump its way up and into your web. This is what's coming in the next coming weeks. And as you see this energy, just as though you're sitting on top of a system of energy, a machine that's running, and the water is flowing where it needs to flow. Repairs are made where they need to be made. You come all the way to the forefront. Spinning this web up into your body, feeling yourself shifting from being that luminescent being back into fully integrating your human self. All the way into being your human self. And feeling this matrix, this web woven, stitched, a layer of energy inside of your body. So you're like a Russian nesting doll with different holographic layers. And slowly, slowly, as we think with the physical aspects of our own pure form matrix, coming all the way in, all the way back to the room and to the moment. Allowing yourself to feel connected to this divine matrix within you. And welcome back. With that, may today be full of light, be full of love. Whatever stressors or challenges you confront, may they come with ease, and may you feel yourself deeply, deeply anchored into the pure matrix, not only your diamond ray, but the pure matrix of the earth. As we go through this shift and this transformation, landing in the new, the Metaraya, that matrix within you, activating it to its highest light frequency, your blueprint, your sacred matrix now turned on, and awake and alive, all the way alive. With that,